Hey, Porter Rock. Point call, man. Hey, if Kratos answers that Twitter group, I'm fixing the live stream. Let them know we on Discord.
All right, I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it right now.
All right, but. Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I know I gotta I don't know, I gotta figure out how to edit it. I know how to. I have to do. I have to do. I have to choose another streaming thing instead of YouTube. Then I can do it. I don't like doing it. That one is kind of fishy. Like, so what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today is my birthday. This is what you call dedication. I'm out here fighting this console war on my birthday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On my birthday, I'm out here putting up the good fight. You know what I mean? We're gonna have a great show tonight, man. A great show, as always. I gotta pick my daughter up from work at 9:30, so we can get from work. You know what I mean? So I can't wait till she start driving. And Jesus, okay, I'm about to pay for that. So it is what it is, right? Multiplayer podcast. Next. Okay. So, all right. If anybody's saying what's up to me, I can't see the screen just yet, so give me a second. But what's up with you?
They're saying happy birthday.
Oh, appreciate it, man. I turned 40 years young today, man. Red Dead. We're gonna talk about we got some juicy gossip about Google. We got some juicy gossip about Netflix. We're gonna talk about Detroit 2 Human and Quantum Drinks. Their studio is in big trouble over there in France. Like I said, a few things we're gonna talk. We're gonna have some fun tonight, man. I want to get my man Porter Rocks his thoughts on it. You know what I mean? Right here, click. Man. So what's going on with you, Porter Rock?
Chilling, brother, chilling. You know what I'm saying?
You don't even invite me to your shows no more. I'm starting to feel
what happened?
You don't even invite me to your shows no more.
Hey, I try to. Nah, I don't know. I try to contact your secretary, Blue Rendezvous, and contacting her. She's like, yo, we gotta renegotiate a contract. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, and she's like, yo, and also you're no longer a podcast member, you're a caller, so I'm gonna boot you out. I'm like, what? But she's like, yeah. Don't worry. I need you to have a lawyer to call me because you can't talk to us directly no more. I'm like, what?
Hey yo, Blue crazy. Blue take that. Let me tell you something. Blue is such a girl. Yo, I get her there better all the time. Blue is a girl. She is so meticulous and argues about some of the small. I'm like, Blue, what's wrong? Blue is a rebel without a cause, yo.
Yeah.
She like everybody in the chat, man.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. She's like, yo, you got Z's number? I'm like, yeah. She's like, lose it before we put a restraining order on you. I'm like, what are we doing? Yeah. Like, what? Hey, I'm like, yo, hey, Blue, she taking over, man. She's one day she's gonna wake up on Z and the pet like you're gonna try to log on YouTube and you can't log on and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? And she's gonna be like, oh Z, I took over your channel. Channel's mine.
Hey,
I'll be like, what?
I'm telling you right now, Blue the type of chick when you waiting on your direct deposit to come through Friday. She been in paid everything before you even know I'm missing. Like, yeah, I wouldn't pay the car note just that because she had to pay it anyway, right? Blue with them type chicks, man. I'm telling you, probably my man. Shout out to my brother Chivo, but you probably give my man Chivo hell. Man, no, but hey, D, what's going on with you, good brother D?
Chilling, man, chilling.
What you got going on with yourself? Everything all right?
Man, yeah, I've actually dusted off my PlayStation 4 Pro, and I said, let me get some of this Uncharted in because I got the DLC with the girls, so I have to clear Uncharted. I haven't cleared it yet, and man, that game is fucking beautiful, especially with HDR. Oh my gosh, man. In all honesty, playing through that game again, and I know I'm gonna get like hated on right now, but I don't see an Xbox game that looks as good as that game. I'm being honest. Oh man, that game is on point.
Naughty Dog is just magicians, bro. Them dudes, I don't know what they do, but them motherfuckers know magic.
Why would you make that blanket statement? I'm the only bot in the group right now. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yes, gang on him.
I'm trying to.
No, you gotta say that when Kmega's in here. That's when it's fun.
Yeah.
Hold on. And I know Z, you agree with that too, because I know you love graphics. Like, we can forget about all the gameplay mechanics and all this shit. You know, throw that out the window. Graphically, that game is on another level. graphically. It's just fantastic. And just the HDR on top of it. Oh my gosh, on my OLED TV. Damn, I was looking at that girl's hair and just you could see every curl in her hair and it was like bouncing. I was like, damn, the detail is just on point. And I'll give Crap Gamer some credit here since I'm playing again and it's like fresh in my head. Okay. He's right on those crates. Those crates are like everywhere. Come on, we're in a tomb and they got fucking crates. What the fuck?
What are you talking about? No, that was Mooch with the crates. I think that was Mooch was hating on Uncharted because of the crates. The box.
Yeah, they got some crates in some weird places. I'm in like a temple underneath a church and shit. And like, what the fuck is a crate doing there? What like? And it's got wheels. What's going on?
Yeah, I say they got lazy with that portion.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
That's one of the knocks I had against Metal Gear. Like, where the hell did this box come from? I hated that about Metal Gear. I swear it was just so unrealistic to me, man. Yeah, I mean with them boxes, man. But okay. You want to say something?
No, I just gonna say, crates aside though, that game is fantastic.
Hey, I like it too. And listen, I got a lot of shit for this, right? Well, not a lot of shit. This is my opinion. You know. That was the only Uncharted that I liked. You know, I mean, I played the other ones. Actually, me and my son completed the first two together. I didn't really like Uncharted. It's kind of very over the top, cheesy to me. And I always thought it was very cheesy, bad, like a straight to Netflix type movie. That's what I always looked at. But at 4, you know, what I mean, and it was crazy. I didn't even finish 4. I don't know why. I don't know what the hell came out. And that's how I was going back to it. Never went back to it. I usually try to finish all my PlayStation exclusives. You know what I mean? Like, you know, because I normally buy what I know I'm gonna like. I'm gonna play. And I usually play right there.
I remember what came out that made you stop.
What came out?
2K.
Probably, you know what? Hey, bro. You might be right.
I know. You know I'm telling the truth.
Hey, bro, you might be right. What month? As soon as
2K comes out, that's it. I don't care. No, yo, Z could be playing The Witcher 3. Yo, 2K comes out tomorrow. What?
Hey, yo, you know what's crazy though? I'm gonna tell you something real crazy. You know what made me put down the 2K? Years.
What?
I don't even play 2K like that no more. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, man. That's the God's honest truth. For those that know, like, I don't be on 2K like that too tough. Barely. You know what I mean? You know, I be playing. I said in 2K I was going to get into the my player and my part. I'm old school. When I play 2K, I just go online, string rank matches, head to head. You know what I mean?
Time to pay the bills. Cyrus Burke says for $2, Uncharted 4 tried to warn us about Nintendo Labo.
Oh man,
boxes,
hey,
crates everywhere. You're gonna be playing with crates all day.
I got it in the Nintendo Switch store, but I'm gonna save it. I'm supposed to be doing something with the Black Baron, and I'm supposed to be hooking back up with Obi-Wan. I'm just gonna be a classic. I got a story about the Switch, man. True story. Now they're gonna think I may be embellishing a little bit because they say I'm a Nintendo zealot, but everything I swear I tell you is the truth. So help me, Xbox, man. Hey Kratos, you in here, baby?
I'm in here, man. Happy birthday, brother.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you. Like I said, I was telling these guys earlier, what you call dedication. Here I am fighting this console war on my birthday. You don't get more dedicated than that, baby. I'm gonna tell you, baby. I'm Corbett. Yeah, that's me, man. All day, bro. Yeah, man.
I pulled this dick.
Hey, yo, motherfucker right here. Fraud, man. You ain't the real. Wow, man. But what you got going on? What you playing, my brother? What's going on with yourself?
Yeah, man. I've been playing some Monster Hunter, and obviously, that greatness released again. And it's that game is beautiful, man. Shadow of the Colossus. So I've been playing that in GT Sport.
GT Sport.
Yeah, man. Look, man. Look, Forza 7. I did a hour stream on Mixer.
Wait. Yo, listen. I don't know what you about to say, but I'm just saying, anything that you do say from now on, right? It sounds kind of shaky, brother. You entering that realm of Kmega, but you about to say something so far left.
Nah.
You know what I mean? That the alt-right going to
now you gonna like this.
Okay, me.
Now you gonna like this. Okay, so I did an hour stream.
Okay, for sure.
Of Forza 7, trying to teach people how to turn all the assists off and run the thing how it's meant to be played. And so I did that. Obviously, I'm racing with my racing rig and stuff like that. And so I did about an hour. Everybody came, rocked out with me or whatever. And I'm still waiting for my video to show up to this day. Man, I don't know what it was or what happened, but supposedly, this was my first time doing the whole Mixer thing. after you stream, right? Shouldn't your video show up where you can take it and upload it to YouTube or something like that?
Actually, it does. It posts to, but you know, sometimes you do get an error. It happened to me like twice. Like when I played Mooch in Mortal Kombat, when I won that Mortal Kombat tournament that everybody was baiting on. Shout out my brother Big Bam. And I played Mooch, and I wanted to put the footage up, and I kept getting an error. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it happened to me twice.
No, that was Mooch calling his peoples, man.
Yeah, he didn't want that footage up, man.
Yeah, so that was my first experience with trying to do, you know, obviously I wish we wish we can have YouTube on there, but we don't have it. So I tried the whole mixer thing, and so that was my first experience with it. So
okay.
Yeah,
but
it's all good though. It's all good, man.
Okay, for sure. Who's somebody just joined? Juice, we had Juice.
I'm here. What's going on, man?
What's going on with you, Xbox Juice?
Nothing much, man. Just as usual, streaming on Mixer, winning them chicken dinners.
You streaming as we speak?
No. I'm at work right now. I'm about to leave work.
Wait, okay, all right. Well, that's what you call dedication. He's still at work. He's in here podcasting, fighting for this plastic, and here on my birthday. I ain't got no life. Hey, look, check it out. Hey, listen. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, my man, Xbox guy said you got to enable VODs.
I just replied to him. So I did that, right?
Oh, yeah.
I did a little small test stream when I was setting everything up, thinking that everything gonna be okay. Well, that video showed up, but my hour-long stream never showed up. It's like disappeared in thin air. So,
oh man,
they've been trying to work with me on Twitter, Microsoft, try to figure out what. I'm just that as like.
All right. But anyway, like I said, I got a few topics, right? That do me a favor. As you, I didn't put this on Twitter my damn self. As you guys join, you be so kind, hit the like button. We're gonna have some fun today. It's Next Gen's birthday show. 3 shots. Yeah, we getting tipsy in here, man. Not a question. I don't know if you guys heard about this, right? Netflix. They're throwing their hat into the gaming arena with a service where you can stream the games and also maybe download the game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you had Microsoft, right? You know, they came up with Xbox, but they have it. I don't know how long Xbox Game Pass has been out. Maybe about a year or whatever. But I mean, you know, let's be honest. They have a bunch of old 360 titles in there. I mean, more or less, or old sports titles. Nothing, you know. But I remember something that Phil said. You know, how they're going to grow the service. They're going to have maybe episodic games in there, whatever the case. Like, you take a game like the Hitman or whatever. You know, it came out in parts and chapters. Games like that, they're going to start to put into the service. You know what I mean? Cool. So, of course, they got a lot of, you know, hate for some folks. Or some people were praising. They're going to put the exclusives in there day and date. Kind of shook up the industry a little bit. Now, I know last year, or right before the Switch came out, or along the time, Nintendo said they had a service that were coming out with, that they was going to have a monthly fee. You get to play some of their back catalog of games or whatever the case. But if you're down, you couldn't keep the games, though. Something Nintendo-ish. Now they just got to come so far left. And of course, Sony has had PlayStation Now. I think even the most diehard Sony fan, probably excluding Jabari, we can all agree that that's been a shit service. It is what it is. Even like down to the pricing. You want to say something? Wait, want to say something? Oh, okay.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
Okay. You know, even the pricing and how they were doing it, it is what it is. So Game Pass, like I said, Netflix has also now come out and said that found the article here as I'm speaking, that they're coming out Netflix. They're coming out with their own gaming service, and not only that, Google is coming out with their own gaming service.
I was just about to say, not to judge your integrity, but are you sure that's not the Google announcement? So Netflix is going to do it too?
Netflix, Google, and Amazon. But
it's just where the industry is headed, man. I mean,
oh shit!
You could see it with GameFly. GameFly has some of the same. You could stream stuff and download things from GameFly too. So
man, I'm not into that at all.
Microsoft, in my opinion, is just trying to get ahead of the curve when it comes to these companies, because when you look at it, these first party titles going on Microsoft's platform or going on Game Pass day and date really helps them out especially if you're looking at, you know, Netflix doing it, and now, you know, Google and all these other places, they're gonna have an advantage when it comes to the kind of games they got. So I mean,
this is the genius of Microsoft, and I say this about foresight: the ability to look at where the market is going to be years from now, not making moves for the now, but making moves for where the market will be heading. And that's what business is about. And this is the genius of Microsoft, because the Xbox Game Pass is smart. At some point, I know they're going to include a streaming service in there, but Netflix is jumping in the game. You have a service called Jump that's going to do a Netflix style game. You have a service called Utomic that's going to do a Netflix style gaming services. So Microsoft is not the only player in the game that's going to be doing that style service. And I'm glad they jumped on it now, because they probably knew that it was something that a lot of companies and a lot of the major players was going to try to do. Look, the gaming industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. It was the only industry doing the drought, doing the economic decline, that was still profiting. Okay.
Hey, post
economic decline.
So, did somebody say Microsoft in great value? Oh my goodness!
Wait.
It's so good to be back.
I just think it was smart of them for them to jump on it now, because they probably knew they know companies, when companies make decisions, they're not making decisions based on what's happening now. They make decisions based on where the market is trending to. Okay. And I'm glad that they jumped on it. And if people think that Sony and these other major publishers are not at some point is not going to do the same, you're stupid.
Okay. Not you know what? Not to question anybody's integrity. Why couldn't Microsoft had the foresight to see this generation coming down with a big L? What? You know what I'm saying?
Come on, bro.
They foresaw.
He comes with that corny shit, man.
Hey, J Dub. Hey, J Dub. Wait. Hey, bro, it's my birthday, bro.
Okay.
Hey, don't be too toxic. Remember, don't be.
I gotta chill for the Toxic Avengers come out.
Let JL explain himself.
Oh shit!
Let JL explain himself.
All right. So what I'm saying is, like you said, Microsoft. That's the genius about them. They're able to predict the future and foresee.
Predict the future.
There's so many words they're able to focus.
No,
on.
not even so many.
We're talking on that topic.
Look, when I say business and you have numbers, and things, you have statistics, you have so many information that's provided to you, that's put in your face when you're running a big company like that can tell you where the market is moving or shifting towards. It's the same with stocks and things like same as the stock game. All the companies, even Sony, all the major publishers, all the major companies have access to the same information. And based on that information, they make their moves. Just like if you go back to them choosing to go with broadband only and not doing with the 56 gig and everybody, because they knew at some point that broadband was going to become the mainstream, even though at the time it wasn't prominent, but they knew that at some point that was going to be in everyone's home. So they made the choice to do that. It's just like with Xbox Live Arcade. They knew that which kicked off all the digital outlet stores. You got now everybody got digital outlet stores, from Apple to Microsoft to Google. All that started from Xbox Live Arcade, which Microsoft kicked that off too. So, you know, it's just about having a foresight with the information that's given to you. And believe me, Sony has access to the same information, and at some point they will do the same thing. That's why one of the reasons why they purchased Geica and PS Now. And I'm pretty sure at some point they will enable PS Now to do downloadable games at some point.
That's one of the reasons they're making all that change too, because they see what Microsoft is doing in terms of service. and they're not making that kind of money from their services. So that's why they're changing up that leadership up there.
And
what?
They just made $4 billion alone.
6.4.
6.4.
Okay.
Billion dollars.
That still ain't making more. They're still not making more money than Microsoft.
Yes, it is. Hold on. Stop. Wait, hold on. Let me interrupt that. Hold on. No, because you said it.
He means the whole corporation.
No. Yeah, we're not talking about the whole.
Okay, but let me.
We're talking about gaming.
Again, I'm gonna make my point, and you're gonna shut the fuck up until I'm done with it. Okay?
No. Keep it real. Keep it real, bro.
Let me make my point. Okay, so this is the thing right here. Who's to say that Microsoft wouldn't be killing it right now, even making more money if people didn't accept the fact of the DRM, the whole DRM situation?
Because they still wouldn't have no game.
Well, see, this is the thing right here, though. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what the situation would have been like if people accepted what Microsoft was trying to do back then. Now people are accepting it now.
Accepting it now.
Yeah, everybody's accepting it. Even the people that were talking bad about the DRM situation and all that, but then they're overpraising PS Now, and they're talking about, well, PS Now is going to, they're going to have to change it, and they're going to get it better. They're going to. What you said, 2013. You don't care about this. You only care about having your copy disc. It's a dying phase. It's just like the CD.
Can we all agree, right? Can we all agree on this? I think on both sides of the aisle, we can agree that Game Pass would have never been here if Microsoft would have been doing well this generation. They would have continued.
Oh, it would have. That's a false statement by far.
No. The direction of
because they were already trying to go that direction.
No. Let's rewind. Let's rewind.
It's going to be a hell of a show today.
Listen, let's rewind.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Microsoft would have never been at this point. Right now, they're going for broke, right? They have nothing to lose at this point.
What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about going for broke? Microsoft, they can buy Sony if they wanted to. They tried to buy Sony.
We're talking about Xbox. We're not talking about Microsoft.
But you have to talk about Microsoft if you're going to talk about Xbox because that's their parenting company. Okay. No. We're talking about.
Hold on.
What's wrong with you, bro? That makes no sense.
Hold on. We're going to let you two get your points across, but we want to be clear and concise and let the people in the chat hear what you got to say. So, Jay, after you finish making your point, Kmega, you come in and rebut what he has to say.
I think Mega about to slap the shit out of him. But what happened now?
I also want to jump in on this too.
Okay. I'm gonna be real quick. What I'm saying, right? The strategy that Microsoft had going in 2013 did not turn out well for them. They had to backtrack on every single front. That left them stumbling. And they've been trying to catch up this whole generation. So this has not been a good generation for them. So because of that, in the lack of quality content and stuff like that, and all the issues that they've had, that led them to this point right now where they're like, well, we can't. I mean, it doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and try something while we're at this point. Because right now, if they would have had all the games and the consoles would have sold, at the same height as the PS4, they would be going neck and neck, rocking out with each other the same way that they did last generation. They wouldn't have been trying all this stuff and throwing all their games in the basket for $10.
Okay. You about to catch an L, bro. You about to catch an L. Kmega, go ahead and say what you got to say, player.
Okay, all right. Well, this is the thing right here. Okay, this is you're making the point of saying that Xbox is basically trying to go out because of desperation. The Xbox One X is outpacing the 360. You know what I'm saying? Not by a little bit, by leaps and bounds. They're making their money in at the end. They have been in the black even when they were at their worst. They're constantly making their money off of the services, and that's why PlayStation has to make, or I should say Sony is making a turnaround because they see that they can't sustain in the old way. So again, because look, if PlayStation was okay, PlayStation is leading in consoles, but when it comes down to the whole factor of innovation, Microsoft is still ahead of the curve on that, even with the hiccups that Microsoft's had in the beginning of this generation. You cannot, you cannot dictate. You cannot say, okay, well, if PlayStation owns this market share, this and that, but the market would be following what PlayStation is doing And it's not. Everything is going the opposite direction of what Microsoft was trying to do from the very beginning. And PlayStation knew it because that's why they made that change of what they did by dropping the price, which made them also undercut Microsoft because Microsoft already thought that they were going to have the same price to compete. And they knew they had to undercut them in every way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? When people came out of the recession, you know what I'm saying? People looked at that damn price. I even did. Like, man, look, I don't know about paying $500 damn for, you know what I'm saying, for extra peripheral. You know what I'm saying? This PlayStation looking enticing, but there were some games that I really wanted to play on the Xbox firm, so I went ahead and got the box. The fact of it is that most people went with the cheaper item because of the fact that because it was cheaper. That's the main factor. And then when people start seeing about, and I'm going to make this last point because I don't want to take all day, but I'm going to make this last point. If you look at how with the console set, with the numbers that the PlayStation has with their leading sales in games, it doesn't even come close to equate anything of what their numbers used to look like from the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, even the original PlayStation 1 era. It's something wrong with that. And you know what it is? They're still in the old guard and things has to change. Games is costing too much money to make.
What did you say?
Okay. Hold on.
Can I?
Okay, let me jump in here.
Hold on, Porter Rock.
Let me know when I'm next.
Hold on. Okay, so it's gonna go D.
Catch that L though, bro.
Hold on,
Catch that L though, bro.
Okay, so we finna let D elaborate on the
Then I'm gonna go, and then Porter go after me.
Then next Gen 720, then Porter Rock. So go D.
Yeah, I don't think Game Pass is a result of Microsoft having exclusives.
Let's talk about it.
I think the result of Microsoft having poor exclusives is them coming out to the stockholders, telling them, listen, we're going to pour more money into the division. Listen, we're going to buy up companies. We're going to make new companies. We're going to do what we got to do to get these exclusives going. On the PC side, they already have this model going. This is the future. And like you were saying earlier, Post-Up, all these companies know what each other's doing, and they all know where the industry is going. So Microsoft is just simply trying to get ahead of it here because the industry is going this way. There's going to be a good segment of casual gamers that are going to like this setup. The guys that maybe play once, twice, 3 times a month, maybe they want to play on a special weekend when their friends are over or something. That service is going to appeal to them. And as far as Google jumping into the fray, I think Google is a legit, and Netflix too, but even more so Google is a legit contender because Google, like Microsoft, has excellent service, and they have a lot of them. They've been doing cloud compute for a long time. They've been doing stuff in the cloud for years, and they got the money to go toe and toe. And if this rumor is true that they're also coming out with a console, and let's not forget they hired what's his face that was formerly with us and then went to the PlayStation. So they got someone in there that actually has some experience in that field. It's going to be very interesting. I think gamers win here, to be honest with you. But Game Pass, I don't think it's a result of them lacking in the exclusive. I think it's just where the market is going, and they're getting ahead of it. And I think they're the trendsetter here. They're putting their exclusives in this day one. That's fantastic for $10 a month. Are you kidding me?
Okay, awesome. Okay, Z, what you got to say about the situation?
Here's the thing. I'm gonna start back. I'm gonna go with Google. They are making a console. It says Android based, and when you start talking about Android based, I get there thinking about what's that shit that came out, the Ouya. I hope it's I hope it's a legit console with some power. I ain't talking about no NVIDIA Shield type shit. You know what I mean? I want to if it's a legit console, something on par with the Pro or the X or whatever the case, whatever the console, probably more powerful than that.
Android based, boo.
What's that?
If it's Android based, boo.
Yeah, it's Android based. It's Android based. So I'm a little skeptical about that. You know what I mean? But like I said, I hope it's a powerful console, not just something to play. You know what I'm trying to say, like a Nintendo Switch type console. Now, with that being said, you're well, not to attack you, but you're wrong about the whole Microsoft. My opinion about the Microsoft just because I won't say that they're failing because they're very profitable. They're not selling as much as Sony, but they are making money. If that was the case in that scenario, Sony started that shit before Microsoft. But I was, oh my god, trust me, I used part of my damage control argument. I could have played. I was streaming fucking PS3 games on my fucking Samsung 4K television. You know what I mean? And right when the generation started again, Sony purchased, like I said, Gaikai. You know what I mean? And I like I said, I just look at it as Microsoft setting their standards, if that makes sense. And this ain't no damage control. Setting the standards of you know what I mean of of their service. Hey, we're gonna put our service here. They could be honest with you. Game Pass when it first came out, no one was really talking about it. They had a bunch of old games in there. Nothing that I really wanted to play. If I wanted to play, I already played it already. You know what I mean? But by them putting, like I said, the exclusives in their day and date, I'm gonna subscribe to it. You know what I mean? So and listen, and to be fair, I won't be surprised if Sony follows suit with this also. You know what I mean? It's just I look at it as Sony is just sitting back and watching how the market goes and being smart because and not to count someone's money, they don't have as much as Microsoft. And Sony, the PS4 division is kind of keeping the doors open, and they've been successful with that. You know what I mean? Prior to that, the PS4, remember, they was out there motherfuckers selling fax machines in buildings. So, I don't know. Like, what you agree to disagree, Porter Rock?
All right, so let me say my 2 cents.
Let's talk about it, Porter Rock.
So let's clear up a couple of things, all right? Because already we got some bullshit that's spread off. Number one, all right? Number one, we're gonna talk facts here. We're gonna talk straight up
these
facts.
fucking bots.
All right, we're gonna talk about gaming revenue. Microsoft and Sony both announced how much money they made in gaming. We're not talking Microsoft Office. We're not gonna talk about Sony cameras and TVs. Facts. This is a gaming podcast. Facts. So how many Excel spreadsheets were sold? Facts. And I'm not gonna talk about how many goddamn lenses Sony sold. That's irrelevant. All right? Okay. Microsoft made $3.9 billion over the last quarter. That's what Simply Gone, Havoc, games, services, Windows 10 store, all that shit. All right? Sony, on the flip side, made $6.4 billion. So both companies are doing phenomenal. All right? But this little thing about Sony's worried about Microsoft because their money's not good, that's a total false lie. They're making a killing. Right? Kasserai said himself, they're doing the best they ever done like in decades. All right? So let's start with that. Number 2, Sony still follows the traditional model. And let's be honest, they are the best at it. They are outpacing. They are outpacing the PS2. Right?
Yeah.
You guys, right now, you guys are comparing. Listen, you guys, hold up. You guys are comparing Xbox One. You guys are comparing Xbox One, performance to 360. Sony's going after the king, which is the PS2. All right, different benchmark, different standard. All right, y'all still doing JV shit. These guys are eyeing the Super Bowl. Two totally different standards. All right, that's number 3. Number three. Hold on, my final point. I do believe that at some point Sony will dip in this game streaming. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, they're gonna do it.
Yes, sir.
The technology is gonna get better. Now, Sony's slower to the punch because what they're doing now is super successful. So you're not gonna take a system that's super successful and completely abandon it for a hypothetical or something that might catch on fire. So Sony's going to be like creeping, they're not going to dive into the pool. They're going to put a little toe in. They're going to put it in, pull it back out. Because they don't want to fuck up the major success they have now. They have too much to lose if they just completely abandon it. Microsoft, on the other hand, they could go more deeper in because they're not dominating the console market. So they don't have this huge success that Sony has. They could dare in another area. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Try to put a spin. My last point. I think if Microsoft dominated this industry like they did with 360, whatever, I think they will be slower to the punch as well because they don't want to completely fuck up this success. But that's not the case now. They have more room to experiment because the three
money.
Okay, I want to elaborate on the subject. Okay,
that was sheer lunacy there. Nigga,
I know that's wild as hell, boy. He said they don't want to touch it, but he talked about PlayStation VR like that.
Wait, hold on. What's this nigga out there? He read a Bible scripture. That was all faith.
Are you kidding?
He's over here preaching to the PlayStation choir right now.
I don't know what world y'all live in, but
I'm doing the Z on that with the PlayStation Bible. I'm taking the pages out and
he brought everything.
I brought factual information. I brought facts.
Factual information. Look, I don't do numbers in what these companies.
They do bullshit.
I leave that up to the Porter Rock and stuff like that. We could talk revenue versus profit, but we're not gonna go there.
Man, y'all talk about this shit all the time.
I just want to. I'm not me though. You very rarely see me talking about all that. I just want to comment on what JL was talking about in regards to Microsoft got so down on themselves that they weren't selling no consoles. Oh, let's bring up the X. It doesn't work like that. Let's come back to reality, player.
Get started.
This is a gaming industry.
Get them.
Stuff just don't come up out of the blue. They're just not sitting in the boardroom and say, switch that button. We finna get them access to over 100 games. It doesn't work like this. A lot of stuff that got to go on the back end for things like this to come to fruition. So my belief is that Xbox Game Pass and even a lot of the features that we're getting Xbox wise was going to be there in the beginning. But now they just been piecing it out to us. I think Xbox Game Pass was going to be there from the jump. I think that's always been in the cards. Companies like this, they always think ahead. They don't. You just don't look at something one day and say, "Hey, we're not selling the console. Hey, let's do this." No, a lot of this, you got research and development. You got how this system is going to work, how we're going to set it up. Things on the back end that needs to get done, and the stuff like that don't happen in days and weeks and months. Stuff like that is carefully planned out, especially when you're dealing with a audience of millions and millions of gamers and things like that. They just didn't say we're not selling consoles, so we just gonna come up with an Xbox Game Pass.
Now, look,
I agree like that from a business perspective. And consoles is not making the money for these companies anyway.
Post up. I don't think everybody talking about Microsoft. Were they in the spotlight?
What are
you talking about?
The conversation was about JW made a comment saying that
Microsoft
Game Pass,
Xbox is being desperate, so that's what I call it.
They're not selling consoles and they're desperate and
because they're playing. So they had to come up with they're playing.
Well, listen. Traditionally, they can't compete, so they have to do something to turn heads. Period.
Traditionally,
and this is
traditionally. What do you?
They've never been able to compete.
With who?
Traditionally, no.
Traditionally, no.
The 360 didn't compete with the PS3.
We talking about
no. Worldwide, no.
Yes, it did.
It was behind. It was behind for like 3 years, and then Sony hit that nitrous dust, and they came back.
I mean, listen, you guys, you also have to understand that PlayStation happened. No. Listen, what you have to also hold on. Let me make this point. Post up. What you guys never ever included to their point is that there are more PlayStation sold in twice, 3 times more, quadruple more regions.
But
Xbox,
and why is that? Because Microsoft
because nobody wants that shit.
Let's come on.
I mean, come on now. And you got to look at it from that standpoint. If Microsoft is over here making the money that they're making, if Xbox is making the money that they're making,
hold on. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the littlest knife out of the jaw and cut this little bullshit. Y'all,
that shit was hard as hell. Are you sleepy all day?
I said this generation. I don't know what you're talking about.
We just found out.
You just eat? I mean, because you sound a little down right here. You all right, bro?
We know in 2016. That the Xbox division was moved under the Windows division and the device division. So Terry Myerson became Phil Boss.
Oh, cool.
When he became Phil Boss, he cut off the funding. Wow. That's one of the reasons why Scalebound got canceled, because he didn't want to fund it no more.
But what does
Hold on. That's one of the reasons, because that's one of the reasons why the exclusives haven't been the way they are in regards to.
They never will be.
Okay, well,
you Post up like, Post was like,
let me ask
people said that shit.
Okay, but let me ask you guys this question. Well, hold on. Let me ask you this question.
I was feeling what Post was like, this motherfucker right here.
Okay, so since the PlayStation is doing a fantastic job.
They got the crystal ball,
But the main thing of it, if like I said earlier, if PlayStation was dictating everything because of their fantastic sales of consoles, then they would be dictating the market, but they're not. Google would be Google and Netflix and everybody else would be going into the old same way as my boy Barney Rubble PROCK77 is with like
that's irrelevant. Dictating, they don't give a shit about that.
Yes, they do. Listen.
You're making up shit that's irrelevant.
I was irrelevant. You're looking at it. They're going.
PlayStation's doing that.
Microsoft was trying to go from the get.
PlayStation's doing that. That's it.
PlayStation is about to start losing.
Listen, if nobody wants to, if nobody else wants to do what PlayStation does, then doesn't matter.
All right, hold on, 1 second.
One at a time, please. One at a time.
Hey, Porter, about me. Post pay the bills.
I'm just saying. All right. Hey, what's up? So
shout out to Cyrus Burke. Julius Elias Aguilera asks if Microsoft buys third-party publisher EA, couldn't they force their will on other platforms such as Game Pass and etc.?
Yes, sir.
Who wants to answer that?
We talked about this last week. Here's the thing. And this is all hypothetically speaking, right? Contracts are be signed right now. Just say if there's smoke, this fire, Microsoft acquires EA, right, or whatever the case may be. And I know you guys were saying that there were 70 million PS4s, and why when they put Madden
close to 8 million, close to 80 million,
whatever the case, fine.
73.
But that's on the this generation.
If y'all need those same numbers,
hold on. Next generation, you know what I mean? And again, that is Madden, FIFA, especially FIFA. I'm talking about worldwide, you know what I mean? Those are console settles, you know what I mean? And again, like, you know, if look, I think with Minecraft, you know, which is a huge game, you know what I mean? If I'm not mistaken, if I speak wrong, I stand corrected. That the PlayStation is not getting the newer version because they're not allowing cross gameplay, you know what I mean? So yeah, so maybe they will, you know what I mean? If you want to, you know, play our games or whatever, you might see EA Access up there on the PS4, you know, on the Xbox, yeah, on the PS4 by now. You know what I mean? If they want Madden on their platform, you know what I mean? That's
okay. Question. Is any company in the black on their hardware?
No. All these companies are doing good.
In the black on their hardware.
Fuck EA. EA's trash.
Well, at least I know Sony is.
Sony in the black on the PS4?
Yeah. Okay. Hell yeah.
I just wanted to know.
Here's the to answer that question.
You got confirmation of that?
Well, yeah, they just had the investors brief.
Okay, and then they said it was in the black.
They're in the black across the whole company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Pay the bills. Jay Fonzarelli.
These tight ass. We got a $3.
I agree, Fonz.
We got a $3 man. We going to McDonald's for the $1, $2, $3 meal. Okay, these tight ass arguments aren't worth even $4.
That's why he gave us 3.
I will say this though, in all honesty, just because Sony is doing good does not equal Microsoft doing bad. Sony, it's phenomenal what they're doing this generation. Yeah. Like, it's incredible. It's crazy the numbers that they're doing.
It's unprecedented.
Microsoft is also doing good numbers too. They're making a profit.
They're both.
They guys act like Microsoft is losing money. It's like, oh my God, we're losing money.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Hey, I'm not saying that. Microsoft made $3.9 billion. That is a lot of money.
Yeah. That's a lot of services money, man.
But they're making the money though. I mean,
listen.
I'm gonna tell you, my man Kratos, his issue is he wants and I even tell him he wants Microsoft to be like Sony in a traditional sense. And I'm telling them they can't. It doesn't work for them.
Okay, it wouldn't make any sense because that means that they were trying to do.
Porter Rock, what do you mean by the
traditional? Yeah, what do you mean?
Okay,
so
the
traditional means stealing shit from Microsoft and using their game plan.
No. Traditional amount is this: that your whole strategy is based on the box itself. You put the box in people's homes.
The whole strategy is based on the Xbox 360's model.
Yes. Yo, get out of here! Stop it! Stop it!
I mean, that's
oh my God, we've been through this already.
Xbox 360 model.
I want to be able to go back.
Hold on, let Porter Rock explain himself real quick.
You
can't even go back and play compatibility. How you gonna want to go back and do some shit with PlayStation 4 with Xbox? Fuck out of here.
Okay, hold on. Go Porter Rock. Go ahead.
The traditional model is basically that your whole design, your whole concept of business is the box itself. You put the box in people's homes, and then you get all the money through software and whatever. That's the traditional model. Basically what Sony's doing. You're getting everything through the PlayStation 4. All right? Okay, that's pretty much what they're doing.
Not doing the same thing.
I think eventually they're going to go away from that to where the box is no longer the focus. The box is going to be a device. But what's going to be the focus? Listen, the focus is going to be the service. Okay, and they're going to want that service on every single thing.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Your phones, like, hold up. Microsoft's gonna want their service and stuff on iOS, on Android, on Mac, Chrome, everything.
It's already there. I can join a chat from my iPhone or my Android device. It's already there.
Yeah, but that's chat. I'm talking about games. I'm talking everything, not just chat.
You do have Windows games, but
the whole. No.
Wait. What gives you that idea?
Yeah, I mean, like,
I can tell you. I could break it down.
Hold on.
I can tell you.
Well, no, this is speculation. This is speculation on his part. It's not what's going to happen.
Hold on. Sony has TVs. They have cell phones and things like that. I think recently they took their PS Now off third-party devices and just made it exclusive to PlayStation and Sony brand devices. So isn't that the same as what you're saying about?
No, not Sony brand. You can only play PS Now on the PlayStation and on PC.
Now
you can.
That's it. The game service.
But when they first came out,
when it first wait, hold up. When it first came out, you could actually play it on more devices. They actually shrunk it. They shrunk it. They reduced the footprint. Right? Hold up. Let me finish. I'm answering your question. I'm gonna answer your question. I'm gonna answer exactly what you want. The answer you want, I'm gonna give it to you. Okay. Number one, Phil Spencer. Not Phil Spencer. On business interviews, like Bloomberg and Business Insider, he told them directly he wants everything on every device. All right? He personally told them. They specifically asked him, does that include Nintendo and PlayStation? He says there's no comment I can do on that right now. He didn't say no. He just says I can't comment that on right now. Okay? That's number one. Hold up. I'm gonna give you the next step. Number two, look at all the things Microsoft is buying, which is multi-platform everything. Fucking whatchamacallit, Havoc, right? Simply Gone. This is fact. Okay, yes. Havoc, yes. Simply Gone. All right? And what's that new shit they got? Fucking that compute shit.
The
speculation, bro.
Cloud.
Okay.
Speculation.
What is it?
Okay.
I can't think of
Hold up, I'm gonna finish. So they bought that thing. All three services, they support Nintendo and PlayStations. All right? All three of those things. All right? And then the final piece. Look who he put in charge of Microsoft first party. He put the dude that orchestrated to put Minecraft on everything. That's just what my booty is known for.
I guess your question, Paul.
The pieces is all there.
Oh man.
Go ahead. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that.
Hold on, I understand what Rock's saying, but that's not only what Matt Booty is known for. That's not the main reason why I feel funny even saying his name.
I know everybody.
Matt Booty saying Matt Booty.
Real niggas don't say it.
Hey, look, question to you, Porter Rock. Why did Sony do that in the first place? Why did they expand their softwares and services outside of their own products? Why did they do that in the first place?
Well, for you're talking about PS Now?
PS Now. I'm talking about PS Now. Why did they allow it on all those devices outside of their own product? Why did they do that?
Oh, they tried to dip in the pool and it failed.
Because they know that's where the industry.
No, hold on. But here's the thing. I'm not saying that's what they're trying, but they scaled it back because it's failing them. It's failing them.
Oh no.
What do you mean? No. It's not successful.
Why was it successful?
Because it's trash.
No.
Real shit.
He's not in the position to say that.
Who is not in a position to say that? How much you want to bet? I could convince you right now. I could convince you right now. Go ahead.
Porter Rock, what I'm saying is, what you consider failure might be failure to you, but it might not be failure to Sony. Sony probably.
I can prove it to you right now.
They could have put it out there as a test bed.
How many people you know have PS Now?
Post up. Post up. Post up. Post up. I can prove it to you. I know what you're about to say. I can prove it to you. I can prove it to you. I understand what you're trying to say.
Where I'm going with it. Now, you can say they're scaling everything back. They're about to sell off their movie division and everything. I'm pretty sure they fit just have it where they're only running the PlayStation model.
Sony going broke. We've been saying that since 2013.
I'm not saying I didn't say Sony was going broke. I said they're scaling back. That doesn't mean that they're going broke. That means that they're probably making educated decisions to maintain being in the black and continue to make profits. Until a point comes where they can do what they was trying to do with PS Now, where they can push that back out.
So let me help you out. Let
me just interject here. Honestly, I don't think we should waste our whole time on this subject for the entire show.
Thank you.
I disagree on some of the points. We disagree with each other. Let's see where this plays out. Let's move on to some other topic. Not wasting our time on that.
Man, you look. I was about to body post up.
He saved man.
D saved your ass. He just saved your ass. God damn it, D.
Happy birthday, Z.
Hey, appreciate it.
I was gonna come right back.
You were gonna get bodied.
I just think that that's a ridiculous situation. I mean, just for the mere thoughts that when you're talking about that Xbox is going to want to be on everything, that should scare the hell out of Sony fans.
So
why would that scare me?
Well, okay,
let's move on. We do this all the time.
I'm not scared of anything Microsoft does.
Well, I'm just saying because what they're doing is they're creeping in and they're buying everything around in the industry. And that part right there is
they could buy whatever the fuck they want. As long as I get to play the games I want to play, I could give a fuck what Microsoft
They still won't have a God of War. They still won't have The Last of Us. They still won't have Spider-Man.
Those games might be good to you, but they're not good to everybody, bro.
Exactly.
I don't care why. I don't care. I mean, it's no. I mean, it's no Marlo Briggs, but you know, I mean, it's something.
Look, hold on. We gotta stop this. I enjoy Halo, but I understand the fact that everybody doesn't like Halo. I enjoy Gears, but I understand the fact that everybody doesn't like Gears. But you Sony fans, y'all push these titles in front of us like everybody in the world fuck with them.
Let's keep it real.
Go ahead all day. Go ahead all day.
Niggas be excited. Look how excited he is. Niggas just started gaming on 360. Keep it real. Keep it a buck. Niggas ain't no gamers.
What? You just started gaming on 360?
I'm saying majority of these Xbox dudes are so infatuated. All these first-party Xbox exclusives because they barely started gaming like 5 years ago. Facts.
Oh, all right, well.
That's
okay.
Let's be objective here and let's just keep it real. As much as I love the Xbox platform, I enjoy the exclusives that they have. Let's be honest. If you don't agree with this, you're just in denial.
All
right now, Sony is killing it with the exclusives. They got better exclusives than we have right now. Now, let's see what Microsoft does to counteract it going forward in the future.
We've been saying let's see for 10 years.
Let's just move on from this. Let's just move on from this.
All day.
Hey, wait, hold on. I gotta pay the bills. Jay Fonz Rebellion dropped a $2 hot and spicy. Like talking to the wind. It ain't worth the time. I want to say we are going to switch topics, right? This is a very people get heated when it comes to this right here, right? Now listen, you can say tomato, I can say tomato. One man's trash and another man's treasure. Let's be clear. We can act like Sony ain't had that knack and that kill zone and all that dog shit.
Nah, what you look
try to pick live. Like, come on, we gotta listen.
I do recall you holding the Bible when God of War trailer was out.
Oh, yeah, I'm a God of War fan. Listen, trust me. I beat 3 Ascension. I like God of War. It is what it is. I make no quarrel.
Stay in your lane.
I would choose God of War over Halo. But listen,
now
there's new God of War. Now listen, let me tell you something. Real shit, right? You're on this channel. I've been very, pro God of War. Now some news just came out. That they're going to enable you to skip the boss battles? What the fuck is we doing here?
What? I told you. I told you the beginning. Well,
they made it for Kmega.
And listen,
they made it for you. They made it for you. Listen, you don't play no bosses. If you do, you only play them on easy, motherfucker.
I'm gonna say this again. I've been very pro Kratos on this show. You know, I done went to bat and war when Joe was on BGST. I even gave him a pass for getting rid of the jump button. But now you can skip the boss battle. What are we doing? Who they making this game for? Maya? Like, come on, man. They wildin'. They wildin'. What is God of War without the boss battle?
They made it for you.
Hey, why are these PlayStation fans quiet, bro?
I'm gonna tell you. Here's my thing. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna talk to you.
Rebel, give me some insight.
I'm gonna tell you number one. I'm gonna tell you, number one, this is a whole new redesigned game. So like things like crying about the jump button, the fuck does got to do with this game? It has nothing to do with this game.
See, it does a lot.
If this God of War was the old game, like the old play style, and they took the jump button, that's a problem. Because like, how's that gonna work? This is all right. This is a whole new play style.
But listen, that's like Halo 5 was a whole new game or whatever the case may be, right?
No, it was not.
Listen to me out.
It was a whole new piece of shit. That's what it was.
Does Gears have a jump button?
Listen, hear me.
Yes, sir. It does.
But you can't skip the bosses in Gears.
But here's the thing, again.
Yeah, you got a jump button, bro.
You barely got bosses in Gears.
A whole new game, right? But when that's like saying making a whole new Halo without without having the a trigger button or being able to shoot. Now listen, I gave him a pass.
No, it's not.
What you mean? He's known for jumping. He's known for solving puzzles.
Because that's with the old play style. It's kind of like when they listen. It's like when they transition. Listen, it's no different than.
What y'all don't understand is PlayStation fans are going to take whatever Sony says. Just like Sony said, they don't need EA access. They was fine with it.
Just like you, right?
Jump button. They fine with it.
Just like Microsoft said, y'all didn't need exclusives, right? Y'all don't need exclusives.
You right, Juice. They cattle, bro.
Man, look who's talking. Y'all, listen. This is you're talking about cattle. Last year, you dudes were like, oh, no one really cares about exclusives. About the multi-plat.
Exactly.
But as soon as I mentioned EA going third, wait. We have to worry about our exclusives. Get out of here, bro.
Never said
4 years ago, we didn't care about power. Now y'all dropping $500
from a game that's supposed to be.
Get out of here.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Hey, at the end of the day, Scalebound was canceled because it's good for the gamers, and y'all bought into that. Stop.
Playing devil's advocate here, I will say
it was good for the game.
Let D go ahead. D.
Phil said that.
Hold on.
Now let D play devil's advocate. Go ahead, brother.
I will say the jump button, I can let that slide because it is a new game and gonna have new mechanics. So I'll give it a chance first before I damn it to hell, right? But skipping of the boss battles is some bullshit. And if they do allow you to skip the boss battles, I don't think you should be able to get the full ending. You should get some fucking bullshit ending where that if you want to get the real in-depth ending, you know, the cutscene, whatever the fuck they're gonna do for the ending, that you have to play the boss battles. That's some bullshit. Being able to
that's me.
Let's face it, everybody in this podcast right now, come 420, we'll be playing God of War.
Yes, we will be playing it.
But now you're lying to yourself.
Yeah, but the fact that you can skip boss battles, come on.
He got the collector's edition. He has the theme console. Everything.
Yeah, they're gonna be playing it. They're gonna be playing it for about a week. They're gonna be playing it for about a week and a half.
Instead of worrying about the problems that a game that has been y'all was just talking about tradition just earlier, and now you're over here talking about giving an excuse about some shit. God of War is set.
You don't learn that.
There's nothing to do.
We already covered this.
Which one of y'all motherfuckers is following
we wouldn't even have this God of War because Ascension flopped. Period. I already told you it.
I'm not tripping.
That's the problem. We wouldn't have this game at all.
You cannot defend this. Look, it's fine if you're going to buy the game.
Listen, you like mono bricks.
You cannot, you don't even like to buy games. You waiting for a fucking service to buy some fucking railroad.
I buy my games, bro.
Don't show me some goddamn gameplay instead of talking about.
I don't need to show you. I don't hide my PSN ID. I don't hide my ID. You want to see games? Check my shit.
You know what?
Look at it.
I'm showing my shit. Listen, this is the thing right here. I'm always showing shit.
I don't give a shit. I leave my shit open. I don't need to show a pic. Go look at my shit right now. My shit's open. My shit is open. You talking all this shit? I don't hide my
back it up.
I don't hide my PSID. Anybody
from weirdos want to sit there and look at my shit and hear me out and say shit when I'm talking.
You scared of what Black Bomb says? You that scared? You scared of what Black Bomb says?
I don't give a fuck what Black Bomb.
Well, apparently you do.
I get all you little girls. You mad and want to say shit to me all the time.
You care, bro. You care.
I love it.
You care so much that you gotta hide your shit.
Keep making videos.
Hey, wait.
Keep putting my name in your motherfucking mouth.
Please do. At the end of the day,
1 second, Porter Rock.
Your shit, but you scared of Black Bomb. That's it. That's at the end of the day. You hid your shit because you scared of Black Bomb.
Hey, we pay bills.
I'm not scared of anybody.
Hey, listen, I gotta pay the bills.
Your gamer tag because you are scared of Black Bomb.
How am I scared of Black Bomb?
I ain't scared of nobody. My shit is open. I don't give a fuck what the world says.
You sit there and told me, hey, Mega, watch out. You know what I'm saying? Boy, ain't nobody. Who's scared? Who's scared?
I gotta pay the bills.
I'm not scared of shit.
Hold on, I gotta pay the bills.
I'm not scared of shit.
I gotta pay the bills.
I love when you sit there.
All right, I had to mute him. Hey, Porter Rock, Post, pay the bills.
Why you hide your? Yeah.
Yo,
I had to mute him. Pay the bills. You there, Post?
Hide your kids. Hide your wife.
All right. Well, can you guys hear me? Hello.
Yo, let Z talk. Z saying something.
Oh, you guys can hear me? Oh,
I had to mute them.
Yo, Z is saying something.
I had to mute them.
Wait. They not muted on the show? They still arguing on the show?
God damn.
No, I had to mute them in Discord.
Yeah.
Yo, just cut the mics. Cut the mics.
All right, Post, pay the bills.
I don't even know where to start. Okay,
they can't make it real shit. Stop hiding your accounts, bro. That shit looks spooky.
They still talking.
Stop being a fraud, bro.
Okay, look. Cyrus Burke with the foul. If we can skip bosses, then it's evident that the story in God of War is more important.
He's emotional.
Birthday,
Look
Z.
at him.
Looking like a cinematic movie.
He's emotional.
So I'm gonna mute them.
Back it up. Who shook? Nobody shook or nothing. I'm saying, you bringing up people's names. I don't even care about this. If I was scared, I wouldn't even coming back. That shit, I love it. I love it. Cattle. You're fucking cattle. You got mad because I told you the truth.
Hey, Cooks, you scared of that? You shook. That's it. Stop talking. You shook. Shook ones.
Never.
That's it.
Hey, bro.
Homeboy scared of
Ain't no such thing as halfway prep.
All right, somebody rock out with that mob beat right now. Put some mob beat out here.
You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Yeah, we paid.
Barney Rubble's ass out of here, man.
Live stream.
You shook.
Motherfucker, but talk about video games.
You
have
shook,
about 5 goddamn games.
Stop it. You shook.
In Puerto Rico.
Alright,
they still going.
Alright, if you scared, say you scared.
Now, nigga, I ain't scared of nothing.
If you scared, say you
If I was scared, bro, I would sit there and I wouldn't be on this motherfucker every day. You're cattle.
You nervous. You nervous, son. My man got you nervous.
Nervous
You nervous, son. My man got you running. You running, son.
Who am I running from? Who am I running from?
Hit the like button.
You hiding all your shit. You hiding all your shit.
If you know my shit,
hide all your shit. Hide it all. Hide your money.
Because I don't like motherfuckers want to be in my shit. And they don't like it. They get mad by it.
But yeah, you want to talk about other people's shit? Yeah, you hiding yours. That makes no sense.
Y'all scary ass fucking men stalking men.
Hey, wait, hold up. We got to pay the bills. We got to pay the bills.
Stop it,
sissy ass boys. Sneaky ass motherfuckers. Real shit.
Shooky.
Sissy ass, and you supposed to be in the military. Yo,
Shooky now. I ain't hiding my shit.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, nigga,
I ain't hiding my shit. I hide my shit from no one. I hide my shit from no one.
Wait, can I pay the bills?
I ain't worried about no weirdos. I ain't worried about other dudes looking at my shit.
You don't like it, so what?
I don't care. You don't want to bring it up worrying about other people's shit. Come on, dog.
Hey, Puerto Rico, can I pay the bills?
Real talk.
All right, listen.
Pay the bills.
Okay, Noah. Happy birthday, nigga. Let's get on that Splinter Cell. Shout out to my brother Noah for dropping $10 in the super chat. My man Jay Fonzarelli said, Puerto Rico, how tall is you, nigga? How tall is you? Yeah. And I don't know if you guys heard the other question about skipping the boss because he was arguing. I don't know about
I read that one. I don't
know.
I had to mute them too. I had to mute them too. But they were still going even when I muted them.
Could you hear them on the show? I think we just muted us. Or could we hear them on the? Could they still hear them on the show?
Oh, they was probably still hearing on the show. They was
so read that other question again. Cyrus Burke.
Cyrus Burke, I have to go up. Let me see here. Where is it? Where is it? You got it?
Yeah, it says if we can skip bosses.
He said if we can skip bosses, then it's evident that the story in God of War is more important than gameplay, looking like a cinematic movie game.
That's all that I'm saying. At the end of the day, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's pretty much all they got over there, man. I mean, what else?
What do we got to play? What do we got to play?
State of Decay 2. It's gonna be nice. I'm looking forward.
Oh yeah, nice AAA arcade game. What else?
Look at him hating on it because he ain't got to play. Might as well come to the Xbox and play it on there.
Come on.
This nigga all day be.
I'm gonna say this. The real talk. Real talk. You say real.
Why your Kuma got that little ass hand though? That shit look orthopedic.
Look, I'm gonna say this right. Real talk. I just think it's funny and ironic that Sony fans are now talking about it because you guys didn't get the exclusive to last year. Because you at least admit the fact that no, it's the truth though.
That is nice.
Okay. You know what, you see? I'll give you that, right?
Okay.
Let's say you're right. Let's say you're right, brother. Let's say we were just wait. Let me finish. We were just able to get
in 2020. You didn't get exclusives till last year.
we were just able to get exclusives last year in 2017.
You had a bunch of them.
Okay, every year since launch, PlayStation has been killing Xbox ever since with no games. So what does that?
Initially, when the Xbox launched,
I don't understand that, bro.
That's not true.
I don't say that.
That's not true.
Look, this is something I would never understand. It was cool when PlayStation went through their drought. Sony fans did not have an issue with it. I wasn't even going around saying
that year there was only Little Big Planet that they had.
I wasn't even going around saying Sony had no exclusive.
And PlayStation still killed it with 0 games.
Microsoft is going through their drought. It's hilarious.
How many years it's been
in 10 to 15 years? And when Sony went through this drought, nobody said nothing. Everybody was saying Sony got 50 studios. They're gonna come back. We're gonna get the games, but then we can't apply their expectations towards Microsoft. I don't understand it.
This is the end of the This is close to the end of the generation, right? This is not the time for you to try to reestablish yourself. You had 5 years to get that shit together. Look, last generation.
For the
first 3 years.
Why would you bring out mid-gen systems at the end of close to the end of a generation? If you weren't thinking of extending or getting
let's extend this generation.
Out of that generation.
Let's extend this generation then. Let's extend it another 4 years. Let's extend it another 4 years, all right? So now one platform didn't have any games for the first 4 years, and they finally got some games. And now they riding high, right? Now you got one that fumbled out the starting gate, and they still fumbling trying to find themselves. And I mean, how many more years is it going to take for them to do what Sony did last generation? You know, you stumbled.
Wait, hold on. It depends on what you mean about fumbling out the starting gate. That fumbling had nothing to do with lack of games, though.
Okay, post up. Answer this question. Answer this question for me, brother. Answer this question. Outside of Sea of Thieves, outside of Crackdown, and outside of State of Decay and the typical annual Forza, right?
Not the typical.
What other games do you have coming this year or in the future?
Okay, we got Ori and Blind
Force. So we're gonna go. Okay, Ori, go ahead. What else?
Okay, well, listen.
No, keep going.
Okay, let me go because I can apply. I can apply the same question to you.
No, I can keep going. I can keep telling you now. But I want you to go. Go ahead.
Okay, but here's the thing. We know for sure this year we have Sea of Thieves. Whether you like it or love it.
No, I say beside the games that those three.
Nigga, I got you, bro. Relax. This year you got Sea of Thieves. Whether you like it or not, I'm not really sold on it, but it's going to be a huge game for them. State of Decay 2 is going to be a game that people invest in and stream into, right? You got Crackdown 3, whether you like it or love it, right? You got Forza Horizon 4, heavily rumored a new season for Killer Instinct, okay? Ori and the Blind Force.
Rumor of Killer Instinct?
Ori and the Will of the Wisp.
But they have some other stuff they have, smaller titles.
What else?
As far as future, of course, you know another Halo's on the fucking horizon. We don't know, but it's the same thing.
We don't know. That's the problem.
The same thing could be said for Sony. What do they have outside of this coming in 2019? Because I don't know if all those titles are coming out this year.
Because there's so many, right? It's so many games they have.
They got 5 games. They got 5 games
in 2019. That you know, because you don't know if Death Stranding is coming into it. It's not. You don't even know if Last of Us.
Hey, Death Stranding is almost done. You know that.
Listen, the mere fact that you can name 10 games that are coming this year and next year on top of
10 AAA games.
On top of the
10 AAA games.
On top of
nigga,
do tell.
Go. Name 10.
Nigga, do
tell. We're talking about Sony. We're not talking about third party. We're talking about Sony.
Nigga, do tell.
We're talking about third party. We're talking about Sony.
I'm talking about AAA games.
You said Microsoft exclusive.
No,
I told you besides Sea of Thieves, Crackdown, State of Decay, and Forza to name some more games.
Name 10.
You named those games and that's it. I said beside those games. You see all of these games coming from Sony. You see those. You saw those damn games. You saw those games. Come on now. You know y'all be feeling some type of way when them trailers.
Name the 10 games then, bro.
Come on.
Name
Come on.
He still ain't named them.
Name the 10 games.
Do I really have to name all of these games?
Oh yeah, nigga.
We know this. We see them every day.
Name them, please.
Everything from MLB to Detroit to Death Stranding to The Last of Us to Team Bravo to.
What the fuck is Team Bravo? Wait.
Come on, I can keep going. I can just keep going.
Wait. What the fuck is Team Bravo? What's Team Bravo? What's Team Bravo? What the fuck is Team Bravo? What's that?
A VR game.
You wouldn't know.
A VR game?
Yes, that's PSVR.
Get your ass out of here.
That's AAA.
Hold on.
That's exclusive that you guys would never ever have.
But was he made?
Can you give
us
a
Sony studio, or was it made from a third party?
Can you give us a definitive date on Last of Us 2 and Death Stranding?
Can you give me a definitive date of State of Decay 2 or Crackdown? No. And those games were supposed to come out last year. Those games were supposed to come out last year. You still don't have a date.
Was supposed to come out last year.
How dare you? How dare you ask for a date when y'all don't even have dates for stuff that should have came out 2 years ago? How dare you?
You run it off with the
goalpost. Let me say this.
They changed that, boy. They grabbed
Let me say this. Let me say this.
How dare you?
Let me say this. Hold up. Let me make this point. This is what's hilarious. Poster wants definitive dates for The Last of Us and Death Stranding, yet they could get by with a rumor of Killer Instinct 2, but that's okay. Get the fuck out.
Hold on.
A season pass.
That come out of my mouth, though.
No. Hold on. But it came out of Z's. It came out of Z's mouth. Hold on. It came out of Z's mouth, and none of you said anything. You didn't say anything. You didn't put him in check, though. You're putting J-Dubs in check over D, but you didn't put Z in check.
Can I explain myself?
You didn't put Z in check, so stop it. Stop it, bro.
I need to check another grown ass man.
My man said, oh, but you want to put J-Dubs in check, though. But you want to put J-Dubs in check. You want to put J-Dubs in check with a date. You want to put J-Dubs in check with a date, though. Z, my man Z said, rumors of Killer Instinct. None of you said anything. My man Kratos says, The Last of Us. Give me your date. Get the fuck out of here.
You gotta understand the conversation that we was having.
You understand. I understand. Like with Xbox, you could get away with rumors, but with PlayStation, we need dates and shipments and all this shit.
Wait, hold on.
Get out of here.
Listen,
stop it, bro.
Your man set the bar, right? Your man set the truth. He said 10
Your man said 10 titles.
I said AAA
within this year and next year. That's why I asked for the date for Death Stranding and Last of Us 2, because y'all don't even know if it's coming in 2019.
Listen.
I don't think so.
Listen, you asking me for dates, and you don't even have dates for the games that should have came out 2 years ago.
They don't even have confirmation of the Killer Instinct.
How dare you? Crackdown should have came out in what? 2014?
They're not even my man Z's like, oh, there's a rumor of Killer Instinct.
No. Listen again.
Your
man, listen. Last time I checked, I hope so. J-Dub is a grown ass man, right? What's cool? Let him fight, Craig. He said that he could name there was 10 AAA games, right? That's a AAA. I don't care if
he had to come to my rescue.
I don't care if a play was
made. His sister wives had to come to his motherfucking aid.
I see, right? Man. They can scratch it and shit.
Y'all trying to ask me for stuff when y'all can't even get it.
Listen, here's the thing. This is what you said. You said
I asked you to name.
Okay, listen.
I asked you to name any games that wasn't part of the 4 games that I named, and you started naming those 4 games and then rumors.
What was your rebuttal? You said there's 10 games. Now I hate to question your integrity. We want to make the tapes. Sony got 10. I said, nigga, AAA games.
I said yes. I said yes. I started naming them.
You named the fucking VR.
That's a VR game. That don't count. That ain't
AAA game.
What the hell? That's made by a AAA studio. That's a AAA game. That's money behind it. Y'all can't.
I wouldn't listen. Let me tell you something. Real shit.
Let
me tell you something. I wouldn't even call Minecraft a AAA goddamn game. You gonna name fucking a VR title? You would never hear me name a Connect goddamn title. What are we doing here?
Z.
Nigga.
My brother.
Nah, nigga.
My birthday brother. Check this out. You my brother no matter what you want to say. Check this out. Resident Evil 7, right? AAA game. It's on PSVR. AAA. You can discount all of Sony's games, but then you trying to pick and choose what you want to accept.
No, because Z, what he's trying to tell you is just because the game is on VR doesn't automatically make it not AAA, because you have AAA games on VR.
Exactly.
You have AAA developed games on VR.
You have a AAA VR only game on VR.
We got. There's a ton of AAA VR games. What are you talking about?
What?
Listen, we just had
Farpoint,
the Impatient, Farpoint. All of those, a lot of those VR games are AAA by AAA studio. You guys reject them.
And they're talking about budget. We're talking about money. The money that went into them.
Yeah, some of these VR
all day.
So what's the criteria of what games count and what don't? That's what I'm trying to understand. That's my whole. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Listen, come on. VR is VR even mainstream?
Doom VR, right? Is that not? That's the complete VR game.
There's over 2 million VR units sold.
Are we naming VR? I'm saying
used to count at some
no.
point, but now they don't.
We're talking about games, right? And so I started naming the games, and then you said no, that don't count. And I'm just saying games.
That's like me naming some of Xbox Live arcade games.
But hold up, hold up here. And here's another thing.
Games, don't y'all? Y'all count them.
Who count 360 games? What's up with what? I don't play old games.
I'll be seeing it.
Ooh.
Them lists. I got over 400 games on my Xbox. On my Xbox was like,
hey, JW, you out here looking spooky, bro. You just slip VR in it.
People talk about it all the time on Twitter.
I would hate to put it in check.
Okay, check this out. All the games that I'm looking at, all the games that I'm seeing that are AAA worthy for VR are older games. Like I'm looking at like Project Cards 2 and Fallout 4 VR and Nier and other games. But like I think the only one that I'm seeing right here that is considered is the Impatient. But that's showing up. That's showing the.
That just came out like a week ago, bro.
Yeah, so like that's the only one that I'm seeing.
You have all these.
Payday 2 and Doom, but these games are multi-plat games on all systems except for, I mean, and all
that's
VR,
what I'm asking
though.
you, right? What is the criteria on games?
Okay,
you accepting that? You're gonna tell me?
No, okay, you
can add
the Impatient. You can add the Impatient, but you can't tell me because Titanfall creator Respawn is a AAA game. That game is also on the Xbox. That don't make any sense.
But he's not used in multipass. What we're trying to do is, to me, the point is because it's VR,
to me,
it's automatically not a AAA game.
Yeah, you're dismissing a game because
we're trying to use games that he's familiar with to prove no, VR has AAA games. You know, if we tell Z Impatient, Farpoint, if he's not tracking those games, he's not gonna know.
VR is a different platform.
He can relate that VR has AAA games.
And Xbox.
Hey, Puerto Rock, check it out. Real nigga shit, right? I'm not a casual, right? I'm what you call a hardcore. I keep my finger on the pulse, right? Would you agree or disagree? Keep my finger on the pulse. More or less know what's going on, right? VR is not mainstream. Let me finish.
That doesn't mean anything.
Let me finish. Okay. You would never hear me. Listen, no, I'm not
VR is a different platform, though.
But listen, you would never hear me.
It's an accessory. It's an accessory.
Exactly. You would never hear me get up here and give you a list of fucking Kinect titles.
Because it's dead. That's why.
Because all you do is dance and fucking play with a kangaroo.
Ride or whatever the fuck.
That's not the same.
Fable on the fucking Kinect, whatever the fuck the case may be. You would never hear me.
This dude's comparing Kinect with fucking VR. Stop, bro.
Actually, what was more successful? But
fuck no. Get the fuck out of here.
Not?
What was more successful? You had fucking Kinect had that white boy looking like an idiot at E3 dancing to fucking Street Fighter music. Get out of here.
I'm asking a question. What about? Do you have VR?
VR is how
you have VR?
Real fucking games.
Do you have VR?
No, I don't, but I was gonna get one.
Okay, all right, thank you. It's been out over a year. It's been out over a year. Okay.
You got trouble with their numbers.
Get the fuck out of here.
You guys have to give the criteria. You're gonna have to be precise about everything because you change this count, that don't count. I don't like this.
I said AAA games.
Okay.
That's like bringing out the Wii balance board and Dr. Trey throwing the goddamn exclusive up there. I'm asking for the goddamn.
Hey, we gotta pay the bills. J Funds, we gotta pay the bills.
All right, what's going on?
J Funds said Bravo team looks like a cell phone game.
Exactly.
Fonzarelli told me to shut up and don't talk bad about the Bravo team.
Hey, Fonz really doesn't have a cell phone.
Oh man, got him. Hey man, thank y'all for rocking out with me today on the birthday stream. Let's go, man. But I don't know. Hey, JD, you out here looking spooky, bro. You out here looking real goddamn spooky, man. You trying to slide that shit out. Bravo team. What the fuck is Bravo team? What the fuck is that?
Hey, Kmega, does the PlayStation have trophies?
I don't know. Do it?
What they mean by that? What happened?
I don't know. I don't know. All day be on that weird shit. So I don't know.
I'm asking you. Does PlayStation have trophies?
Wait, I got a question from the chat. I got a question from the chat.
Go ahead.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Hey, all day. Now again, they said before I ask you to go, we hate to question your integrity. What is your platform of choice? Hello.
Who's he talking to?
All day. I think his
all day
got him before he could answer.
Oh.
Yo, what'd you say? I didn't hear you.
They're asking me in the chat. They said, now, and again, before I ask you this question, just know that all things are being recorded, can't be used against you in the court of law. So I would hate to question your integrity. What is your platform of choice?
They finna kick you out.
PlayStation.
Oh, I'm ready. Let's go. I'm on the balcony now.
PlayStation.
Nigga.
What is your platform of choice?
Wherever the games is at.
Oh. That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
That doesn't answer the
That's a good answer.
That's actually
the best answer.
No. Let me. Okay. Since you want to plead
whatever the games he wants to play.
Okay, listen.
Wherever the game's at.
All right.
So you want to know where the game's at.
Since you want to plead the fifth, all right? And again, I would hate to question your integrity. What console do you spend the most time on?
PlayStation.
And nigga, tell.
In what time frame?
Nigga, I don't know what time frame.
Come on, man.
This guy's a good lawyer, bro. He got that shit done pat.
I mean, you gonna come with it.
I'm asking
out of 24 hours out of the day. How much time?
Of the week. What console you on more during the week?
During the week?
Yeah.
PlayStation.
You on PlayStation more than Xbox?
Yep.
Oh, that's where all the damn games at.
Oh, okay. Now listen, we're gonna record this for a later date. We're gonna come back and see if we can check the time spent on all day's account on the PlayStation compared to the Xbox. Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. All right. Now you just leaving that motherfucker on stuck in the pause menu. That don't mean nothing. I'm talking about playing games. You know what I mean?
That's that old school Kmega move. We ain't doing that.
Shit, the glove's off. Hey, Mega, put this nigga in his place, Mega.
When they talk about
hey, Mega, don't come on, man, Mega like that. He ain't out there like that.
Can't do me like that.
Hours of the game.
Hey, Kmega be like, look, hey, watch this move all day. This the Oklahoma sweep.
Oh shit.
Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo. Hey, wait. They did my man all day dirty, yo. All day when that game in Marathon, Kmega when that game in Marathon, we got like 1,000 gamer score points playing all them Telltale games. I said, this nigga done jumped out the window, yo. I said, oh, Lord. I saw Mega playing all types of shit. I said, what the fuck?
Hold on. So Shady say, all day is Osmo signed in 24/7 on. So there's that.
Yeah.
Well, if that's where the game's at, I mean, they've been releasing games consistently. So I mean, would you want to force somebody to play something where you don't? I'm just saying.
I gotta pay the bills. My man Chad Man 23, he in Bang Bang too. Said if you ain't got an Xbox One X, you tripping. Yeah, he was a Sony dude too. He in Bang Bang. I see him posting.
And what the game said is subjective too. So.
I think if you're a real gamer, you at least have a PlayStation and an Xbox, to be honest. Because although I do prefer Xbox, there's some games on Sony that I just got to get, and I don't want to miss out. So why am I gonna?
Why am I gonna? You gotta pray to a class
because I like Xbox. Forget
everybody
that.
on this panel has both a PlayStation and an Xbox. Everybody on the panel has one. So I mean, what does that say about us, right?
I have a Pro. I have a PSVR.
Okay, okay. Post up. You don't have a PlayStation?
No.
Okay.
Nigga said, what in the
fuck? Hold on.
No, I don't got a PlayStation either. Hold on.
The bulk of us, we have.
Now I have access to one.
No, look.
Okay, we're not falling for that old trick. Nah.
I don't I feel like I could get my single player experiences from AAA titles on the Xbox. That's why I don't have a PlayStation, because
I was just talking to my homie. He was playing.
I feel like I could get that experience from the AAA titles. You know what I'm saying? But on the multiplayer front, I can't get that kind of experience nowhere on the PlayStation. When it comes to multiplayer, like Gears, Halo, and PUBG right now. You know what I'm saying?
Gears and Forza.
And the community.
Let me ask you this, bro. What's your name? The one I was just talking.
It's Xbox Juice, nigga.
But hold on, but the same could be said in reverse. If anything, most of the third-party multiplayer that everybody's playing is on PlayStation and Xbox. The Call of Duties, the Destinies, Battlefields.
Well, that's what.
But I mean, it's funny because everybody talked about what PlayStation gamers play. But they show that PlayStation plays the exact same games except maybe one or two from Xbox.
They play everything. We play everything.
So, no, they don't. They don't play everything.
They play everything.
They don't play everything. They'll talk about everything, but they don't play
everything. I say we play everything. We play everything.
So hold on. PlayStation gamers play everything, and Xbox gamers don't play everything.
I didn't say that.
I'm asking.
I said we play everything. Okay. Everything that's available.
If I had to
it's my birthday. It's the like button.
I say it is. PlayStation gamers definitely don't say the words jab crap. I could guarantee that.
That ain't now. Don't roll with that jab crap stuff.
Yeah, they can't say that Xbox feel like Japanese games because
Sony don't have that multiplayer game that catches everybody. You know what I'm saying?
My man, hey, wait, hold on. My man Paul said y'all don't be playing Lawbreakers. Ain't nobody buy that Lawbreaker. That bitch flop. That bitch rebellion.
There's a lot of people that don't play Lawbreakers.
Oh, Hellblade.
I know Kmega is.
PC gamers don't play that either.
The Xbox going, nigga?
There was some Japanese games.
Wait, hold on, Mega, Xbox
and the 360.
Hey, Kmega, what happened to your Xbox, bro?
Mega, what happened
to the lady?
Oh yeah, man. The my Xbox, my Xbox One X, man, it tripped out on me, man. It would just shut itself off. It started it like a couple of days, like during the weekend.
Nigga, do tell.
And then it just got more frequent. And then the other night, yesterday, it just kept doing every 10-15 minutes. So I was like, oh shit. So I called Xbox, and then they were.
You didn't get a warranty?
Yeah, I had a warranty. I got the regular warranty that's already with Microsoft, but when I went and bought it at Walmart, I bought something else. I bought a microwave, and so I put a damn. I bought a new microwave, and so the damn thing. I thought I put the warranty on the Xbox, but it was on the damn microwave. So,
nigga,
you're just starting the show, nigga.
Hey, Mega, say no more, Mega. Mega, don't say anything else. You won't incriminate yourself. Hey, Mega, don't say nothing else.
Yo, my man's dementia kicked in.
Kmega. I'm gonna give you some advice here, and this goes to anybody in the panel, anybody listening. If you have a problem with your Xbox One, your Xbox One X, and you're within your warranty.
These Microsoft
store, they will give you one on the spot.
Damn sure will. I've done
I didn't even think about going to the Microsoft.
Hey, Mega, you out there selling you from Oklahoma right now with that slow shit. She said, no, what happened was I put the insurance on the blizzard. I can't get away. Don't worry about it, Mega.
I said, yeah, man, and I just did it, signed it, and now put the extra $34. And I was thinking,
wait, Kmega,
Costco will take it back as well.
You already sent it off?
Yeah, I sent it off last week.
I
sent it off this morning. I sent it off this morning.
You would have been out. You're going to be out for at least a week and a half.
Well, I got
went to the store. They would have given you direct. And sometimes they're nice too. They give you like an extra month of Game Pass or Xbox Live.
Yeah, they Microsoft sort of shit.
It's. I mean, I'm getting it for free. I didn't have to pay for anything extra.
Nigga said the upper room.
I didn't even think about that. So because we don't have that many Microsoft stores out here.
And plus, my man Mega, we had to walk barefoot across the jungle and shit. He out there.
Listen to this shit. Anyway, riding on my cow. Yeah, good deal. Yeah. On my bull, on my scooter. Stupid motherfuckers. Anyway. Yeah, but no, it broke my heart, man. It broke my heart. But yeah, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I didn't talk shit about when the PlayStation Pro was running hot. Because I just know that's just what it is, man.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it funky. My Xbox looking kind of spooky too. That bitch be shutting off too. That bitch shut down off me on the other day when I was doing the live stream. What the fuck? Then it booted back.
Oh, you better watch out for that, man, because that means that what I'm finding out is that it's that cooling system or whatever somewhere in there it's going hot, and then the Xbox itself, because it doesn't want to get hot, it just shuts your shit down. It says nope, you're not getting hot. Because the lady was asking me was my Xbox feeling really, really warm, or did I have anything in? No, I said I got plenty of ventilation. It's separated from my PlayStation, and so So I just had to just send it back, but I didn't even think about that story. But it had me to play. It caught me to play on the PlayStation a little bit. I played. I'm halfway through. I think I'm halfway through with The Last of Us. It's not a bad game. It's It's better than what I thought when I first started playing it, but it's still not this all be all game.
Why you?
It's a good game. I'm not knocking, but I mean,
I gotta be honest. Like
that's just his taste.
I think we can have
I don't care for Last of
Us platform of our liking. That's fine. You like Xbox, but as a gamer, I don't know. It just blows my mind as a gamer how some people can be like dead against that game. Oh, it sucks. It's not.
I didn't say the game sucks. I never said it sucks.
One of the best games I've played in my life.
Personally, I think Nier Automata is a better game. I just do. I think Nier Automata is a better game.
Listen, I'm gonna say this right here, real talk, right? And this
it doesn't even look as good.
Listen, it's not even. It's not.
No, it don't look nowhere near as good as the game. I'm just saying, just for my preference of me just playing, it just doesn't.
I don't care for The Last of Us either. I'm gonna keep it funky. I like the beginning, and it became very repetitive to me, and I got bored. I didn't really care for it either. I'm keeping it funky. I mean,
it didn't have Kyrie Irving in it. That's why.
I liked the beginning. It came on Raw, but it was the same shit. I'm pushing this funky bitch around. I'm pushing this funky white bitch around.
We're gonna keep it real.
Hell no.
You can't say that.
I don't like. How can I say it?
My man's like, yo,
bro, listen.
Yo, my man, yeah, no shit, motherfucker.
I was waiting for Porter Rock's podcast to come and hit me up while I was on yesterday on the 4, man, so I could go ahead and get that Street Fighter in, get that rematch.
Yeah, you don't want
none. Yeah, I want some. I want some.
You ain't ready then. You ain't ready.
So your Xbox is gone now. You can practice now, nigga.
No, I got my Xbox. I got my.
You got the OG Xbox One.
Well, I got the OG Fat and I got the S, but the S is my daughter.
I thought you guys said you can't go back.
My little cousin's playing.
Like after the X, you can't go back.
It's hard. Look, I got no choice, and the fact of it is that look, it is not it's not the same, but it's capable. Now the UI is still really fast, but yeah, I went to play a couple of older like 360 games, and yeah, there's a difference. I mean, the X just spoils you.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know.
Kmega playing the OG Xbox One. He's like, man, these guys were right. This does look like shit.
See, I didn't go that far. I'm being messy. I'm being messy.
Hey, man, ladies and gentlemen, goddamn, we had a good show tonight, man. I mean, I can wait for 5 more minutes, man.
This show has been filled with some of everything.
We had
this is old school multiplayer podcast. This is like year one. This is
year one.
Hey, yo, you know what's crazy?
We were just a bunch of roughnecks acting the fool. We didn't know what to do.
This is 200 sub mega. This is 200 sub mega. This is Porter Rock just getting started the game, boy.
We didn't know what we were talking about. Like, what we're gonna talk about?
Hey, I muted you too. It got real quiet. I muted y'all, right? It was real quiet.
That went left.
And then I muted and y'all was still going.
They didn't know they was muted. They was still back there fighting. Hey, you know what's crazy though?
Me and just go at it, man. I love it.
That's old school, man. Porter Rock.
Hey, yo, listen.
Just come for the bench.
I'm telling you right now. Listen, I got the best of multiplayer coming up. Listen,
I cannot wait to hear that.
All I'm gonna say is some shit some of the behind the scenes conversations. We're gonna have some fun with this shit here. People ask me like, "You guys really be fighting on air?" I mean, you know what? We get a little passionate about what whoever likes. I haven't really seen any really whole feelings after the show. I think crap and Nintendo. They were mad for a while at each other when they that shit was crazy. But normally after the show.
None of us are like that, man.
No, though.
You know how many people thought
nothing happened?
You know how many people thought that me and Kay had issues with each other?
Mm-hmm.
And they really thought we hated each other. And we're like, well, nah, we cool. And they're like, no, because we saw it. I'm like, yo, that is nothing. When the show's over, that's it. We like men. We shake hands, take care. And
those people that would hit me
when the show is over. Porter Rock admit
how you gonna bring Porter Rock on GRG? Yeah, a lot of people it's crazy.
A lot of people take this YouTube shit too serious.
Yeah.
And a lot of people thought I was gonna act stupid on GRG. I'm like, no, multiplayer podcast is different.
Like you have radio personality, you have YouTube personality.
Yeah, that's all it is.
The difference between a YouTube personality and that actual person. You know what I'm saying? When we hop on these shows, we giving you the YouTube personality. Behind us, we just kicking it, guys.
That's it. We just chilling, man. In fact, we talk back and laugh. Shit we say to each other.
Yeah,
that shit is funny.
King's Blood gonna have to take that L for that cute or nah post in Bang Bang. That cute or nah.
Hey, yo, who got my man? They did my
It's a
man
long
Lemon
story.
dirty today, man. They had my man look like the black.
What they do to my boy Lemon? What they do to Lemon?
They had him look like the black Pee Wee Herman, man. I don't know what the hell going on, man.
Him and Lemon was going at it on the Xbox last night.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna grab a picture right here.
Cleveland.
Hold on, they did Lemon Bogus and Bang Bang.
Wait, hold on, let me go, baby.
Him and Jabari was going.
Him and Barry was banging.
It was Jabari was going at it.
Going at Lemon?
Yeah.
Hold on. Jabari and Lemon was going at it. Hey, Lemon, he had me roll. He said,
hold on 1 second. Oh, shit, I'm about to find a picture. Hello. Thank you. We off the air, right? Yeah, thank you. All right. I'm sorry, that was my sister-in-law calling me. Yo, hello? No, we off. Hold on.
We still live.
Yeah, hold on. I'm looking for this picture. I'm gonna share this picture when we get the hell out of here. We're gonna close the show, but had my man, Lemon out there looking spooky. Hey, hold on, I know where to get the picture. Hold up, I got it right here.
All right, yeah. Here, we'll show you this picture, man. Where you gonna send it to? Twitter or Facebook?
No, I'm gonna put it here on the live stream. The whole world gonna see it.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I learned how to do it. So hey, hold on, I got it right here.
You learn how to do it?
Yes, sir. Let me go.
Oh yeah, I see. I got it right here too.
Hey, hold on, I got it right here. Hold on. Oh wait, it's the wrong one. Here we go. This one right here.
Oh shit! Hell yeah! My son sold the house. Let's go,
man. Fucking Blue Rendezvous bullshit took away my screen share. That's some bullshit.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Let me go to the.
She be on security for real.
Hold up. Oh, we add image. I'm gonna be bugged. What the hell?
Last year I was Mr. MPD. This year I was trying to be Mr. Share My Screen. She took that shit away.
Now you ain't shit.
OneDrive. Here we go. OneDrive. Quick access. Here we go. Here's a picture. I don't know what my man Lemon was up there doing. Man, he was up there looking spooky, man. Right,
yo,
wait, hold
on, his comeback on Bari was funny too.
Let me put here.
He was seeing Jabari profile pic.
Oh man, what's going on?
That's the screen. Wait, hold on. No, that's
we have to shrink it.
No, I gotta make it smaller. Hold on. Transform. There you go. Wait, all right, there you go. All right.
What the fuck?
They can see. Y'all can see it, right?
Well, it's like stretched out.
Still?
Okay, now we're good. Now it's good.
There you go. Yeah.
Man, they got my man look like the black Pee Wee Herman. What the fuck?
Come on, man. Why my boy Lemon over here with his shirt off, man?
Why is his shirt off? Why is his shirt off? Come
on, bro. We're gonna talk about this tonight. Hey, like, come on, bro. That boy passionate about his gaming, man.
Yo, they was in Bang Bang going at it. So Lemon took Jabari Lemon took Jabari profile pic, right? Jabari laying down in his profile pic with a black hoodie on. Lemon say, this nigga out here taking pics with a Jodeci hoodie on for niggas and talking about me. He probably waiting on R. Kelly to call fucking Will.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, man!
I'm still tripping about Jabari buying that ass doll.
Oh,
that booty do.
Yeah, man, that booty doll. Yeah, man. He trying to see what that booty do.
Oh,
hey, Puerto Rock and them, y'all doing good, man, with y'all YouTube shit, man. Go ahead and do a GoFundMe for that boy, man. Do a Patreon for him. They find some real ass, man. Let him throw this backstage and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He don't need to buy no rubber ass. He just need to go get the real thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Yo, Jay Nice say this is some strange shit right here.
Hey man, Jay got that door doing all types of weird shit, man. You gotta stay away from him, man.
Yo, before we go, I want everybody in the chat to type HBD, man, for my boy NXTGEN720.
Yeah, happy birthday, faggot.
Yeah. Wish my man happy birthday in the chat, man, before we go out of here, man.
Appreciate it, man.
How old are you, Z?
40, bro.
Nigga, this motherfucker 52. Stop lying.
Welcome.
Got age spots and taco chest meat and shit.
You're a grown man now.
Going on 40, man. I'm old, man. Peter Pan of this shit here.
You're a grown man now. You're a grown man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it, man. Damn, Fonz about to say 52. Goddamn, Fonz. Oh,
yeah, Fonz
like 43. I'm supposed to Fonz.
Yeah, Fonz is like 43 with 10 kids, man. You know what I'm saying?
I got 5 kids to feed.
You got 5 kids to feed.
My man Julian, he said, next gen post, The Witcher 3 is better than any game. In your opinion, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But Shout out for all the well wishes and the birthday shots. I appreciate it, man. We'll be back at it tomorrow. We didn't talk about fucking Quantum Dreams. We got to fuck it. Save it for the next show. We talk about it tomorrow.
Hey man, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Sidetracked. Puerto Rock and Kmega went somewhere. They went from God of War to nigga. You close your friends list, nigga. You was your game, nigga.